Mortgage applications jumped 20% from last year on, very specific, important, newly built homes. This can be confusing to some people because it sounds like mortgage applications jumping up means more people buying.
Yes.
But of course, this is in this segment of homes.
Like we're always talking about, we love numbers, but we want you to go find 2 or 3 numbers to verify any piece of information. I saw this and immediately I also had some emotion. I was like, wait a second, that's wrong. But then I actually thought it through. Let's think this through. Let's go through the whole process here. Residential home sales generally dominate the market. They make up about 90% to 85% of all sales is just residential resale. That's where Bob and Betty Smith already own the property. They're going to sell that property and go buy another one. The issue Bob and Betty Smith have is they literally have a 3% mortgage, and now to move up the property ladder, they'd have to go trade in their 3 for a 7. The jump in the payment is very large, so we have the lock-in effect. So there's a vacuum that's there. Transactions across the United States are down about 30%. But there's still a vacuum. We have more buyers than we have sellers because of that lock-in effect. So who's stepping into that vacuum to fill the void? It's the builders, the developers, it's new construction. We're going to go through new construction season. So new construction on a national level has doubled in the amount of new construction that's actually selling. So when you think about that and you go, oh, new construction has jumped up and more of it's selling, no wonder mortgage applications jump up. So when you see this, you think this is a positive headline, but there's also negative parts of this headline that we're going to talk about next segment. But the reality is builders are going to go through a heyday because of the lock-in effect, and they probably have about 36 months, maybe 60 months of that heyday. 2, new construction home builders are always going to be more incentivized than a resale home seller to sell their product. So they're going to provide you better deals, more mortgage rate buy downs, and incentives to sell their product versus another one. And then number 3, they will also adjust to the market up or down faster than anyone else, because the builder doesn't have one mortgage like the Smiths that we mentioned. The builder has 20 mortgages or 50 mortgages, or in the case of someone like D.R. Horton or Pulte Homes, tens of thousands of mortgages that they are working on, during the new construction cycle, so then they can sell it.
Yeah, well, they're ultimately more flexible because this is their business. Bingo. To build and sell homes, not to build and keep homes. Why this post is so important is because it exposes the weakness and the challenge for buyers.
Yes.
Because it seems like things are getting better because you hear 20% more mortgage applications, and you just explain, well, it's for newly built homes because they're making up the void of lack of inventory from just regular, sellers on the market. And these builders, they want to maximize their profits naturally.
Yeah.
And what I've heard, the more luxurious the home, the more high end the home, the better the deals are for them, the more profit. So they're not building these affordable homes or smaller homes. I mean, when's the last time you saw a 1,100 square foot house being built as a neighborhood?
There's only one in Snohomish County that was an affordable neighborhood that was being built of smaller homes.
One. In a time where we need more of those. More important than ever, you do have to take your finances very seriously. You almost have to overcompensate for the times by over planning how much you need to make, how much you need to save, and how much it's going to cost to buy a house and pay for that mortgage.
There's one other part to this stat, so I went and dug into it just to get the exact numbers. So sales of newly constructed homes in July were up 4.4% for seasonally adjusted annual rate of 714,000. June was 684,000. This is according to the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Here's the big one. Sales in August were up 31.5% from a year ago. So like I said, that new construction is going right into that gap where the resale is missing. So there's that wave there. So for our investors, Go build homes, go build ADUs, go flip properties, go install a manufactured home. This is saying the demand is there. It's clear in the numbers. For our home buyers, a good way to make money in a new construction development is you be the first to buy the house. This is an old builder trick. I need you to listen. This is important. This will make you money. Hit the like button because this is money. So they got 25 homes. What the builder always does is the first 3 to 5 they put on slightly below the market because they want to sell that first 3 to 5 in the first 2 to 3 weeks so they can gain momentum. And then they increase the prices anywhere between 2 to 5% every month until they hit an absorption rate that slows it down. And each plat's different, but let's say they want an absorption rate of 3 homes a month. So they adjust the prices to where they're selling 3 homes a month so they can go through on a schedule, and they keep raising them until the end. So you can buy the first home, and by the end of a subdivision, especially if it's a large one, if there's 100 homes there could be $50,000 or $100,000 in equity sitting right there by simply just buying the first one and waiting until the end. Go make some money.
They're so calculated. That's what's kind of interesting
Yes.
to me, that they're like, we're going to lose some money on these first 3, maybe.
Not lose money. We're going to have less profit.
Less profit.
Because they know they're actually going to make more profit on the back end by building the momentum. And it's also really important. So you have to think of builders as like a giant business, right? And they're trying to hit an absorption rate of the 3 deals a month. Once they hit 3 deals a month, they know they're going to work through the plat in a timely fashion and hit their numbers. And if they can then grab an extra 1 to 5% in profit, it's just gravy based on the projections. So they start low, build the energy, build the enthusiasm, get a little auction effect, and then they just push as far as they can go. Thanks for watching today. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Hey, YouTube recommended you watch this video right here.